Happy F It Friday, B's and G's. We're going to get a F It Friday going, give you some Homebrew Wednesday updates, and we're even going to brew something.
Yeah,
I
we're
reckon.
going to get busy here.
Let's get
Got
to it.
Stuff to do.
First off, Elder picked out some beers for a half and half today. We're going to do the Polish Warlock. So we've got the Warlock, which is the Imperial Pumpkin Stout from Northern Tier, and the Tiski, which is a Polish Pilsner.
So, there.
So I think we're going to throw this down on top. We're going to throw the Pilsner on the top. We're going to do the Warlock on the bottom. Because it only makes sense to do that. Right, Elder?
That's right.
And we learned from our last half and half with the magical black and tan machine. The perfect black and tan. On how we're supposed to do this, right?
I think so.
Let's get a
Here.
Let's get a little more. I think we do need to have a little bit of an aggressive base.
You save me some of that. Straight.
Yeah. Just about right. How's that looking?
That looks great.
Pretty even, Steven?
Yeah. Looks lovely. Set that aside.
Alright. And here comes the magic. Oh, yeah. Haven't had one of these for quite a while.
Look at that. I like what I see in that camera there.
That's what the folks at home are watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Magical. And I remember there was a need for
Not this time.
Oh, you lifted it so it didn't get into the foam. Yeah.
Okay. Numero dos. See if I can go 2 for 2.
Oops.
So the Imperial Stout is a little bit warmer as well. So
And there's 10% ABV as opposed to what this
5%.
5.5 or something like that. So
what does a Polish Warlock taste like?
boy, I don't know. We'll find out in a moment.
We know what it looks like.
It looks pretty dang crystal. Look at that, jeez. Wow.
Well, Elder,
Oh man.
I think we did it a little better this time.
Holy crow. Look at that.
Wow.
There you go, boys and girls.
That's amazing. Look at the gas streaming up through that. Cheers, man.
Cheers. Happy F It Friday.
Hey.
It's like one of those crazy oil and water toys you had as a
Yeah,
child.
it's a trick, I think.
Look at that. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
I wonder if I can zoom in on that stream that's coming up in the middle there. It's kind of cool.
5.6 premium lager.
It's a premium lager. Wow. All right, so what are we doing?
Well,
we
we're
got some beer mail today,
yeah.
or yesterday, I guess it came in. We got the malt experiment beers. So we got one from Mr. Mash Paddle. It's got Mutton's Propino Pale Malt. We've got
Kirk from Arizona.
one from Arizona. Kirk Sexton's in this one. I'm not sure what his malts were. Do you remember?
No, I do not.
We got Wally Feck. Wally Feck's in the house. Shout out to Wally. He's got Glen Eagles, Maris Otter. We've got
Stevens beer.
S.J. Pour, Little Face Brewing. Now this one's cool. This was the only extract in the bunch, and it's Munton's Munich LME and 2 pounds of amber DME, and he added Clarity Firm to make it a gluten-friendly version. And then we've got the last but not least, Mr. Puka NC, Wild Boys Brewery, probably the best label in the bunch. And he had Canadian Great Western, not Canadian, Great Western 2-row. There was one participant who had to drop out because of his life interruptions and stuff going on. And then we had 2 drop out because of infections. So, lame. It sucks. But hey, it is what it is. We got some pretty cool dry stouts to go through. Our malt that we had was Avant-Garde Pilsner. So we've got a dry stout on Pilsner, which you've seen us taste before.
And it's really good. So
in addition to the dry stouts that came from Puka, because he was our hub for this, just like last time, we also got a Pernicious India Pale Ale from Wicked Weed. This will be our first Wicked Weed offering that we've had. And we also got the Jade IPA, and this is from Foothills Brewing. And it is a 7.4%, 86 IBU, and a Pacific Jade hopped beer, along with some Chinook and Citra.
I'm looking forward to that.
This one definitely, I'm really stoked
both
about
of them.
both of those.
Yeah.
So watch for a future episode with those.
Yep.
Back to this, huh? Look at that beauty. That is a beauty. One of these days we're going to do a quarter.
Yeah, or thirds, or yeah, it's still. Look at that. I just love that.
Tastes good. I'll tell you what. That
now
Warlock really helped out that lager.
I'm just getting into the stronger pumpkin.
Nice.
Yeah, so
You'll
that's
like
a nice
that beer.
Yeah.
Glad I saved you some of that.
Penny.
That is really. It's crisp and refreshing, and then all of a sudden you get that little flavor of pumpkin slipping in, and it's like, wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is good.
What else do we have going on? Well,
yes.
let's talk about that, shall we?
Picked up stuff this week for going on with another project.
So we're going to be getting into some great value. Hey, went over to the old Walmarts, and these were on sale. They're a 2-pack. They're 2 for $4. Now these are only three-quarter gallon. So 3 quarts. So we're going to do an 18 quart batch of almost 5 gallon, and we're going to do a 5 gallon batch, almost 5 gallon batch of Edwards Appelveen, the Edwards apple wine from the old Homebrew Talk Network website there. Just uses some Montrachet yeast. Got this. It says best by December of 15, but I think it's going to be fine. If not, we got another pack of that. And then just a couple pounds of corn sugar. So without further ado, let's go ahead and make that up, and you guys can watch that process, eh? Check it out. All right, here we go. So the trick to this, basically, oops, got a sanitized fermenter. I'm going to pour most of that one out. I'm going to leave a little bit in there. And I'm going to put the corn sugar, one of the packets of corn sugar into this, and then shake it up.
So I can put some of this in there.
Elder.
Do some of this.
Yep.
So this is like a repeat. You just open another bottle and then put it in, and then you open another bottle and you put it in.
And it goes twice as fast if you have 2 people.
Yeah. Don't get a vapor lock though.
And if you do,
Oh, and don't forget you have to take a break and sip on that beer. All right, I'm gonna stop for a second here.
So, Elder's filling that one up. Got this one filled up. You can see all the corn sugar in there. It's the dextrose. You can go ahead and shake this up real good. Yeah. And then that's going to go into the fermenter. There you go. Makes it easier to get into the fermenter doing it this way. And a little less of a mess. Gets it all broken down nice.
That's sweet. Boom.
And we got one more here. And this one will rinse it all down.
You want to rinse these out?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and rinse those guys out a little bit. Yeah.
That's good.
Swirl that around.
Mm-hmm. Get all that good sugar in there.
Easiest brew day ever. So speaking of brew days, last Sunday we had a brew day.
What are we gonna brew? Well, let's see. What have we got in the bins?
So we went through our grains. We looked at stuff. We decided that we ought to do a porter. So we have never done an all grain porter. We've done partial grain porters.
Partial grain, yeah.
Yep. And the last one we did, if you remember, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, was the grape nuts almond porter,
That was
which
good.
turned out awesome.
So
we said let's do something a little bit different than that. So we did a what's going to be a vanilla
rye
milk stout. No, milk porter.
milk porter.
So like a cream porter. So it's a nice porter recipe, real simple, probably mid 5s on the ABV. Actually, it might be a little bit higher because came out like 1058.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it attenuates down to.
And we're gonna call it Spider
Rider, because it is a vanilla rye porter.
And spiders showed up.
A whole
while
bunch
we
of
were brewing.
spiders were in the brewery that day. That was a fun brew day. We did a lot of other things too. We speaking of the
We
devils,
bottled So beer.
check that out.
Oh yeah, there's look at this.
This is why, one of the reasons. Look at this. See that?
He got named into a beer.
That's a big sucker.
Yeah.
So anyway, take care of him in a minute. So during that brew day, we did a whole bunch of other stuff. We got a bottling session on. We bottled up all of the
So
beer. We kegged the peculiar one. We bottled up a whole bunch of the Woolly Walrus winter warmer.
Yeah.
We
Transferred.
transferred. What'd you transfer? We didn't transfer anything.
No.
We also kegged up
Kegged.
the black
Black
lager,
lager.
which, if you remember from our year-end summary, had a wicked infection.
So we took out the middle part, left the
Infection. Well, yeah, we use that term
Whatever it
loosely. Had a pellicle going. And so anyway, we took it and we threw it into a keg because after tasting it, we were like, wow, that's actually not bad.
Yeah.
It does have a little bit of a tart to it. I would say close to the tartness of a Berliner Weiss, but pretty palatable.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some, external tasters. Chris was here, and he had it, and he was like, wow, man.
Yeah.
So
it's
the lager quality is really pretty cool on it. It is like, it's like an American lager. Has that crisp,
sorta
dry
like a-
kind of finish,
like a Pabst Blue Ribbon or
but then it's got the roast and the dark grains, and turned out really awesome. So, cheers to that.
yeah, we'll see how it is. This is really tasty.
That is actually really, really good. I'm getting down into the
Yeah.
the cinnamon and the pumpkin now
Yep.
of the Warlock. So anyway, cheers to Barrage Brewers. Shout out, buddy, for turning me on to Warlock. It was the first time I ever had it. Was at the Barrage. Really quite good, and so it's the one pumpkin beer that I actually really enjoy. I think it's the fact that it's got that stout character and that dark, roasted imperial stout thing going. So it's awesome. So yeah, brew day was fun. The brew turned out great. So here's what we did with that brew. On back to the Spider Rider vanilla rye. We got some vanilla beans going here, right? And a little bit of vodka. Those things are gonna go into the secondary. But we made a starter with some old yeast.
Then we split the batch.
Yeah, well, tell them why we split the batch, Dad.
We weren't really sure about this yeast, whether it had morphed or not. So it was old yeast to start with that we had, split out of a batch. I'd build up a batch and split it. And we had 3 jars in the fridge. So it was dated from August of 15.
Yeah.
We thought, okay. So I decanted it, got it started, one jar. It didn't seem to be very vigorous. It wasn't going really well. Yeah. So I added the other 2, built up the starter, but we weren't really sure about it.
It was me, pretty much.
So
was sure.
We thought, let's go ahead and we'll try it, and we'll see what happens. But we decided to take another yeast. We had some WLP002 this
Fresh
was WLP007.
Yep.
That we did with the one, and then
we picked up some 002 fresh pack. So
we have the same beer with 2 different yeasts. We're gonna
2 different fermenters.
See how it is. We're gonna do the vanilla bean on it.
Yep.
But because of the conditions outside with the freezing weather and stuff, we couldn't use our counterflow wort chiller because of the running hoses and stuff. We decided that we needed to cool it old school. So we got the immersion chiller out and used it, and it worked out pretty well.
Yep. And we haven't used that since last winter.
It was really fairly efficient.
It worked well. I mean, it was it was kind of just a relaxed brew day, and it might have taken a few extra 15
a little
minutes
longer,
or 20 minutes longer. But
the aquarium pump circulates,
which you might have seen if you remember our old vids, and it did pretty well. I mean, we had like almost 7.5 gallons of wort, and it took
water
it down.
Was used.
It definitely uses pretty much like no water.
Yeah.
Because it's all self-contained effectively. We've got wort cooling water that we've saved from previous batches, and we keep them in 5-gallon jugs and whatnot. So we had that around. Anyway, it worked great. The beers in the fermenters, both beers are fermented down. They're in the kind of diacetyl rest clearing stage now. So next week we'll have a little taste, see how they're doing.
Hey, it's time to pitch some yeast.
We're gonna pitch some yeast into this awesome cider. So let's get it going. Well, cider or apple wine, whatever you want to call it, huh? So semantics, kids. It's Effort Friday. We're brewing. So, shall we pitch some yeast? Let's pitch some yeast. Yeah. We're going to pitch some yeast. We better get an airlock for this baby, too.
You know what we should have done?
No.
Should have saved a little bit of that juice.
Chia.
Ready?
No.
Where's
Spider Rider?
Oh my God! There's another damn spider.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Here, I got this.
I'll take that.
You got that?
Sure.
Good.
Pitch of the yeast.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
What was that?
Take a gravity reading.
Oh, crud.
So
It's too late now. I guess we're just gonna have to wing it.
We'll get one. Alright, so that's about a wrap. We've got a almost 5 gallons, 4.5 gallons of Edwards apple wine. Original gravity is 1061. And what else you got on your
Agenda?
you got anything
What's
else
on the agenda?
Oh, we bottled off the rest of the
I think we're gonna do.
We forgot to mention we bottle up all the rest of the dry. No, we.
Yeah, we
Oh, shit.
bottled up. Yeah. We bottled up all of the. Ouch! Ouch!
My nuggets is.
My nuggets. Yeah. So that's in the bottle. The dry stout is in the bottle from what was in the keg. So we emptied out a couple of kegs and we filled them back up.
That's what we do.
It's nice because the pipeline's full again.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good feeling.
So,
So here's the 2016. Here's the Effort Friday. Cheers, Dan DeSlets. Cheers,
have
all
fun
you
with the
guys.
mouse.
Have fun with the mouse. We'll catch you on the next one, boys and girls. And until then, home,
Brew.
up.
See ya.
See you next time.
That was really nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Cheers.